Well, throughout this year, our Verify team helped you sort through what is true and what is false, especially when it came to claims seen going viral on social media, and no other topic was covered more than the COVID-19 pandemic. Throughout the past year, Ariane Daytil and Brandon Lewis take a look back at the COVID Verify stories that got the most attention on our website in 2021.
This year, as the coronavirus pandemic impacted all facets of life for people around the world, many were looking for trusted information about how to keep themselves and their families safe.
From vaccine mandates for federal workers to new travel protocol and claims that the COVID-19 vaccines contained a magnetic microchip, the Verify team has fact-checked dozens of claims about the coronavirus. Here are the 5 most read stories from our website, starting with number 5. On August 23, 2021, the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine received full approval from the Food and Drug Administration, making it the first COVID-19 vaccine to be approved by the FDA in the United States. It also marked the FDA's fastest vaccine approval ever. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says side effects after receiving a COVID-19 vaccine are typically mild and short-lived. But for months, many people asked whether they can bring a lawsuit against a COVID-19 vaccine manufacturer if they were to have a severe reaction, like an injury or a death after getting vaccinated. After checking with these sources, we verified that no, you can't sue a manufacturer if you get a COVID-19 vaccine injury. However, you could file for benefits under the Countermeasures Injury Compensation Program.
Taking the 4th spot is a claim that started with a series of viral videos like this showing the COVID Magnet Challenge. The videos claim to show a magnet sticking to the skin of a vaccinated person near the site of their injection. Some people on social media claimed these videos were proof that the COVID-19 vaccine contains a magnetic microchip. After checking with these sources, we verified that no, the COVID-19 vaccine does not contain a microchip or any particles that would cause a magnetic reaction.
That was just one of many examples of claims that stemmed from people questioning the safety of the COVID-19 vaccines. Story 3 brings us yet another. In June 2021, posts on social media suggested the spike protein created in people's bodies after receiving the Pfizer and Moderna mRNA COVID-19 vaccines is cytotoxic, meaning the protein kills cells in the body. In a tweet shared thousands of times, Dr. Robert Malone, who identifies himself as the inventor of the mRNA vaccines, wrote, quote, "The SARS-CoV-2 spike protein is cytotoxic. That is a fact. Who says so? Multiple peer-reviewed references," unquote. But we checked with our sources, including a cell biologist, microbiologist, and an infectious disease doctor. And they helped us verify that no, there is no evidence the spike protein in the COVID-19 vaccines is cytotoxic. Experts say the spike protein created in the human body after mRNA vaccination is different than the SARS-CoV-2 spike protein.
By late June, a majority of the U.S. adult population was fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Following a year of lockdowns brought on by the pandemic, many were itching to get out of their house. For some, they were considering flying for the first time since the pandemic began. That meant learning about new rules around air travel safety during COVID. On June 20th, about 2.1 million people went through a TSA checkpoint, the most of any day since the onset of the pandemic. Verify viewer Francis asked, "Do you have to be vaccinated to fly in a plane?" To get Francis an answer, we checked in with these sources. And they say, no, you don't have to be vaccinated to fly domestically in the United States. For international travel, some countries may require visitors to be vaccinated against COVID-19.
Our most read COVID-19 story of 2021 on VerifyThis.com impacted nearly 2 million federal workers. On September 9th, President Joe Biden introduced his action plan to get all Americans out of the COVID-19 pandemic as the highly transmissible Delta variant continued to spread across the United States. In a speech at the White House, Biden announced that he was going to sign 2 executive orders that would require all federal employees and federal contractors to be vaccinated. A Verify viewer asked if these orders also apply to members of Congress and their staff. We reached out to a ton of sources on this story, including the Congressional Institute. And the answer was no. President Biden's vaccine mandate for federal workers does not apply to members of Congress and their staff. The mandate only applies to federal workers in the executive branch of the federal government. Members of Congress, which includes the House of Representatives and the Senate, fall under the legislative branch of government. The judicial branch, which includes the Supreme Court, is also exempt from Biden's mandate. Those were just 5 of the hundreds of stories that we published this year. You can find those stories and more at VerifyThis.com.
As always, if you have a question you want verified, text it to us at 202-410-8808.
And from all of us at Verify, happy holidays.
They've been very busy this year, and of course you can always reach out to us here at 2 on Your Side as well for any local ideas or questions you'd like us to verify. You can use our text line or send an email to verify@WGRZ.com.